And record. And welcome Wednesday, September 30th to the Inside Real Estate Success Strategies webinar. Some days these have a lot of structure, like yesterday. We went pretty tightly over call capture text code strategy. So if you haven't seen that replay, check it out. And just a reminder that insiderealestate.com/webinars has all these replays here, and then you can click through and there's a YouTube playlist here with just lots of content in this series and going years back related to KV Core and our other products and services. So definitely make sure you get your teammates involved and plugged in. You know, one of the advantages to doing these is just so you can kind of come in and see the different ideas and ways that you can use a platform like KV Core, kind of dip your toe in and you know, maybe get a fresh idea. And the more you can get your team involved, if you are a team leader or an admin, the better it'll be for everybody, because you'll have more people with knowledge about the system. You can share and collaborate. So the other place we do that is in Facebook, insiderealestate.com/Facebook group, which is the Facebook group you see up on the screen. So if anybody has anything that you'd like to talk about today, go ahead. I didn't come with a tight focused content today. We'll treat it more as an office hours and just see where you guys want to go with it. If there's any specific features of KV Core that you'd like to explore or talk about, this would be a good time to do that. If you have any marketing that you're doing that you'd like to share, feel free to share that. You know, if you have a landing page you built, something like that. In the meantime, I'll just go ahead and I'll do my Facebook post of the day. I like to do this here and there, you know, a property search for a listing of the day. So let's go here. I'm going to go over to my Facebook account. I'm going to go in and let's build a quick little squeeze link. I like to do this every now and then too for people who are kind of new to the system jumping into these. This is kind of one of the first things I always recommend you do as you start using the system as sort of a consistent daily habit, is to post some kind of link socially. And you can use the squeeze link builder as I'm doing here. I went to Lead Engine. Let's just do all of Pinellas County I'm in. Strange. I think it always picks it up like that. There we go. Picked up a weird field from the MLS. And let's do, what kind of listing types do we want to do today? Let's do, let's do rentals. Okay. And rentals can lead to some interesting things. And then property views before registration, I'm actually going to leave those off. Do Facebook post as my source, and we'll do rentals. And a lot of people might be sitting there shaking your head, but because who wants to deal with rentals all day? I know some in some urban areas, you know, you might specialize in rentals, but I like rentals. Posting rental links and talking about rentals sometimes is a way to generate conversations. Especially lease options is a really good one to post, and I don't think I'm going to have that here. Oh, I do. Let's do that. Let me see what comes up. See down here in the options, I can get a little more narrow, and I'll do seller financing too in the county. Let's just see what's being shared over into my MLS. It's going to vary by everybody's MLS. So I'll generate the link, grab the link here, and go take a look right now. And somebody just let me know you can hear me. The chat hasn't been too active. I don't think I promoted this one too heavy today, so I don't think we have we have a good handful of people on. Just let me know you can hear me. I'm bringing up my chat here. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Robert. And things have been slow today. Have you guys noticed your site's a little sluggishness? I actually reached out to our product guys and just said, hey, what's going on? Because I noticed this morning. I actually saw a Cloudflare error on one of our sites. So I wonder if maybe something's going out there and it would Cloudflare out in DNS world. This can happen from time to time on the internet, but there we go. Here's my search coming up. I always prepare to sort by list. So in this case, you know, it's funny, this only came up with 2 properties for this filter. And I know there are more in the MLS. So when that happens, you know, you don't have to get disappointed. Sometimes it just doesn't carry over through the IDX feed the way the fields that exactly as they're available in your MLS. I'm going to try something else here as I build my link. I want to see what happens if I do lease. Oops. As a filter, if I do lease purchase. The debate ruined the world, Robert. You like broke the internet. lease option. Man, that was nuts. I watched it with my teenagers, and I was like, I don't think it wasn't always like this, guys. This is wacky. So keywords, lease option. I'm gonna see if that pops up. Get rid of these and just see. So I'm just trying to get an interesting search, and sometimes you'll go down a rabbit hole like I am right now. You don't have to do this. I could just pick one of these like golf course properties or something like that. And the lease options isn't giving me what I'm looking for today. So I'm going to go back here. I know those listings are available in my MLS though, so I might create an MLS link one day and post that if I wanted to do that. So let's just do rentals. Generate the link again. Sorry to make you guys have to watch me do this, but I'm going to do rentals. Let's see if I can kind of get a little creative with the messaging. So I'm going to grab that, go over to my Facebook. Property search of the day. Rentals, currently, rental homes and condos currently available for lease, lease in Pinellas County. And then I might do a little bonus, like if you like a list of all the rent to own / lease purchase properties currently in the MLS, just comment or shoot me a message. So this is, again, this technique is that we're posting to our private social channel. So these are people who see this, a lot of them are going to know me local. And I like these. This is a nice conversation starter about real estate. You know, my friends who are renters, they might know somebody and they might just be interested. And it's a nice way to kind of generate a conversation about what is involved in doing a lease purchase or a seller finance, you know, getting a little creative. So, you know, it doesn't mean just because you post something like this doesn't mean you have to be married to doing that kind of business all day, but it's a nice little conversation starter. So there's my property search of the day. Post that right there. Feel free if you want to do something similar. I posted, and this is weird. It had a preview for me, but I just want to make sure the preview works. It does feel like the internet's broken today. let me refresh Facebook. Facebook's loading real slow. And then I wonder, maybe it's just my kid in there streaming Fortnite, right? Maybe that's why everything's so slow. It's just me. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it got the picture came up nice, and people can click and see the list. And then they go over, and I just want to make sure it's looking good. Did they really find a bot, Christina? Is that what Walt was being thanked for? So there was an issue. Cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, Walt's a bot maniac. I know he knows a lot about those, so that's awesome that we got the right guy to find it quickly. And I'm not nuts. It wasn't my kid streaming Fortnite. We did have issues. Okay, so there we go. There's a nice looking list of rentals in the area. It doesn't necessarily mean I'll be out showing rentals all weekend, but it's a good conversation starter that I've posted to my social profile. And again, you know, this reminds people that I'm in the business. That's kind of what's going on here. If I wanted to take another minute, I could head on over to LinkedIn, do the same thing. You know, depending on where you're active, maybe you're active on Insta, you know, wherever you are, go ahead and do this sort of thing. So that I could also do a video if I wanted to. You know, you could do this video every day. Here, I'll bring up my Screencast-O-Matic. I mean, this is a video you can put in your YouTube channel. I got my Screencast-O-Matic up. I'll hit record. Hey, Ryan here with Forever Florida Real Estate with our property search of the day for September 30th, 2020. Here are all the currently available rentals in Pinellas County. If you're curious about lease purchase or rent to own homes, feel free to reach out to me, comment down below, or shoot me a message. I'll put my number on the screen. So just like that, guys, I could record a video, hit done with Screencast-O-Matic, right? Maybe I'll do overlay, text me for a list of leased options. You know, real quick, once you get used to using something like Screencast-O-Matic, hit OK, and then I can hit done and upload this to YouTube very quickly as well. And I could have posted to Facebook the video. So just a technique. If you want to make a wacky property search or property listing of the day screencast, you could have lots of fun with it. Make it like your real estate market update every morning. You know, could be an interesting thing you do. In fact, maybe it's something I'll start doing now that I think about it, because these screencasts are really, really easy and quick to bust out. As you saw, it took me about 30 seconds to top of my head, and now it ties right into YouTube. I can just upload this directly to my YouTube account from Screencast-O-Matic. So I know I'm going on a tangent, but part of that's because none of you guys are requesting that I talk about anything specific in the comments in the chat right now. So if you have anything you'd like to be covered, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep going and playing around here with KV Core on my own and see where it takes us. So there's the property list. I wonder what you guys think. This is our new kind of view. I've kind of been enjoying it with the more filters right here and the map view on by default. Kind of nice experience. And then of course you can always sort by list and grid right there. Okay, so what else do we have here? Oh, Robert, right. I did mention, thank you, that we were going to have some, that there were some things coming out. It was less things than I thought. I thought I'd seen a big list, but it wasn't a lot of actual platform updates. It was something small with Property Boost, and the order process is one of the things. So I'll show you that. I think as you order Property Boost, you get a little more of a preview now of the ad that's going to go live. Right here, we've kind of cleaned that up, made it a little cleaner. The other thing that we have going live, maybe I can talk about this. I don't think it's quite been toggled on, but we're moving our Google pay-per-click service, which has typically been $500 a month. The tile should go live today. This is going to change, and you're going to have the ability to order the setup of a Google pay-per-click campaign, but inside of your Google Ads dashboard. So how it'll look is you'll order, and then you'll give us access to your Google Ads account. You might have to go create one really quick. I have a video that shows you how to do it after you order. And then once we get access to your Google Ads account, we'll go and do all the stuff we usually do for the $500 or more a month service, but we'll do it in your account so that you can control the spend from day to day. We're switching. Part of the reason is to make it more accessible for more people so that you don't have to commit to a $299 level of service. The other thing that we encounter a lot is that people want more customization and want more control over their campaigns. So we'll give you the quick head start. We'll give you a campaign that is going to work. We've run thousands of these campaigns over the years, and we'll do what we usually do. And then you'll be able to control your budget from day to day. You don't have to spend $500, turn it off, turn it on, change your ads, change your targeting, and all that stuff, and have full control. So that change is going live today at some point here. I think we're going to leave the $500 service up for a while too, alongside it. But for those of you guys who want a little more DIY with that Kickstarter, we'll have that. Shane, yeah, I got the email. Thanks. That's great. Yeah, the guys, it sounds like they fixed the WordPress plugin issue you were having. Question from Andy is, can you do a multiple county search? Thought, but maybe I don't know. I don't remember ever trying that, honestly. Let's just try it. So if I just do some of the neighboring counties here. That's interesting because you can do multiple cities, right? But look, if I try to do county, it doesn't like me. Let me try doing multiple cities. Come on. City. So city. Another city. Oh. Well, that's not ideal. I'm going to report that as a bug because that shouldn't, yeah, Ken is investigating. Things are so slow. So guys, we are still having some speed issues, and also I'll look into this because in theory we should be able to put multiple counties if that's what you're getting at, Andy. The other thing I probably could do is do my search based on the map. For now, if you run into that, to kind of just work around that issue really quickly. Go lead engine, squeeze page. Let me see if I have the same issue here. Yeah, the issue is not in the builder, but on the front end of the site. I'll bring that up because it seems like it's blocking the ability to do multiple areas. Cool. Yeah. So there weren't. I'm probably going to forget. I'm probably going to forget some of the other updates we had coming out today. I guess Susan's not on. She's going to yell at me. I should have read read the updates. Susan's the one who curates all the news internally about what's going on. But I'm forgetting. I remember glancing at it yesterday, and it wasn't as much stuff as I thought it was. So sorry to tease that yesterday, guys. But yeah, just a quick change to Property Boost, and we're going to have that new change to the Google pay-per-click ads going. All right. What else can we explore today? Let's see. We did our property search of the day. You see some of you guys texted me yesterday. Andy's asking tips on posting to Facebook groups. Well, that's a good question, because I know that a lot of people have had great success over the years posting in Facebook groups, and I've never liked the approach personally, because I feel like it's kind of a cat and mouse game where you're always not only getting moderated out, but getting marked as spam, and then the moderators of the groups can block your content. I've also seen people get their Facebook accounts blocked or put in jail for doing excessive posting to groups. So my personal take has always been, it's better to just spend a little bit of money to get the same amount of traffic, because you're going to end up spending time posting to groups. So might as well spend the money to get the traffic and not have to deal with all the cat and mouse type stuff. That said, I know people still do it with good success. You're basically going to want to search Facebook for groups in your area. So St. Pete, garage sales, groups like that. And you're going to want to attempt to post engaging content into the group. So if I type St. Pete, there's a bunch of them in there, So I would join the groups, and then I might post, I might look for real estate specific groups, not just St. Pete real estate, not just generic. But my tip will be, try to be a little more clever about it, maybe. Instead of just posting a listing, unless the group is specifically for sharing listings. The other way to look at groups is as a way to engage with local people. So if there's a local group, you might just jump into conversation, friend people, and use it more as a contact source to meet people rather than to spam your listing links. I know that's what you're really asking about doing. But that's about it. There's not much to it. Try spamming your listing links. See if people, see if the moderators of the groups allow you to do it. And my take is, I think it's become less effective over the years, but I'll let somebody else chime in and tell me I'm wrong. It could be. The other thing I'll show you guys, this has been on my mind a little bit as a strategy, because there are some very, very clever people who are constantly posting content to our Facebook group, and trying to get in as a way to interact with real estate agents in the group. And I actually appreciate it. It's annoying, but I find it entertaining. I get to moderate this out. Here's like people trying to post. I was hoping I would find one, but we get a lot of people who are like, there's this guy, Addison Whitner, who sells, he seems like he's got a good product and everything, but people try to post conversation starters in the group, but really what they're trying to do is get interaction and generate business. So if I go into, and some of these I allow in, because the conversations they're starting are good, but I know that the game is, hey, somebody's going to click on my profile, they're going to land on my Facebook page, and they're going to buy my stuff. Even guys like Adam, who I like very much and is a really valuable member of the community. I don't know if Adam's on right now. Adam has stuff he sells, but he does it in a very cool way. So if you watch what he does, Adam posts really useful content for the audience. And never pitches in the group directly, but I'm sure that he meets people and is able to do business from doing so. So the point of that, to answer your question, Andy, is that sure, go ahead and try to spam your links in groups, but better would be to do the kind of things that Adam do and the other people who are posting content or asking questions in the group. So, you might come in, trying to find a good example. We had somebody in here from Shout Boss the other day who snuck right in. And I eventually clicked on their profile and they were trying to sell Shout Boss. I guess we've moderated most of these out. But what you could do is you could go into your local groups and you can say, hey, just curious, does anybody have a house to sell? That would be a really overt way to do it. You could just go, hey, just curious, does anybody in the so-and-so neighborhood, maybe join a local neighborhood group, is anybody thinking about selling their house? I've got a buyer. That would be a really overt. The other way would be to share an article about the housing market, right? So A guy I've seen some good videos from lately is George Gammon, real estate. George Gammon YouTube. So I might go find a video on YouTube and share it in a local group as a conversation starter about real estate. Housing market update. So, you know, take the content and use the Facebook group kind of as your, kind of as a place to find people. So I might take this and then jump into a discussion, you know, a group where people are talking about local stuff and say, hey, I just saw this video. You know, this guy says the real estate market's doomed. What do you guys think? That might be that might be one way. So I wish I could answer that better, but that's my convoluted response to that is leverage the groups. There are definitely local eyeballs there. I just think that it feels like an uphill battle to me trying to spam the groups because you've got moderators like me sitting on the other side with the ban hammer. So I just go down here, you know, not to embarrass John or anything, but a lot of people just post the same content to a bunch of different groups they're members of. You know, so, and then other people post good stuff, but a lot of times you're going to just get banned out as spam. So I'll approve these in here like that. And then another piece of advice, I know that guys like Josh Shanley, we talked about it on a webinar, you could create your own group. I know people have done that. So you could create, you know, Pinellas County real estate investors or Pinellas County first-time home buyers, and then become a moderator. The same way you see that me and other people on staff here at Inside Real Estate moderate this group, you could create a community and get a few thousand people in that group. And then that's probably the really powerful way to do it, because then you have this forum where you can post the listing of the week as long as you're posting other, you know, useful content for local homeowners. You can sneak in your real estate calls to action. So that's that. Kim's asking here in the group, trying to make sure I understand the program because Zapier directly enters your Facebook leads in the KV core. If you don't do this much, you manually enter them. So the answer to that, in case anybody watching is wondering, Zapier is specifically for integrating third-party software. So if you're doing Facebook lead form ads, then yes, you're going to need a bridge like Zapier or API Nation. So I'll drop for the webinar we recently did on that. If anybody's curious, we did do a webinar all about Zapier here in the playlist right here. Zapier integration package. Cool. Anything else anybody is working on, has on your mind? What's the market like right now? It seems to me like there's absolutely zero inventory anywhere, maybe just where I am. And things are selling really quick. And maybe there's ways for us to leverage that fact in our marketing. You know, it seems like everything is pending. So maybe this could be a good time to do some posts or some content about how inventory is low, you know, and come to my site and check the value of your house kind of stuff. So anybody got any thoughts there? Anybody have listings you can't sell to contradict me? All right, a slow audience today. I'll hang around for a few more minutes, guys, but if you don't have anything else, like I said, I didn't come in with anything very specific. I'll just remind you, go ahead and make sure you're doing those social posts daily. Here, do LinkedIn, try Twitter here and there. Maybe we're due actually tomorrow. Maybe I'll actually fumble myself around and try to do some Twitter real estate marketing if anybody's interested. It's been a long time since we did anything about Twitter advertising platform, and maybe I'll try to get going there. Andy says he's doing, thanks Andy for your participation by the way, doing low inventory postcards with call capture to get a report. Yeah, do you happen to have an image of that laying around that you wouldn't mind sharing? That'd be really fun to see. Christine's asking if you do a property of the day on your personal page, how often do you post other content on there? So I just, I post pictures of my dogs and cats and kids for my mom and aunts to see. And then, I'm not as consistent as I'd like to be posting every day. But if you mix in 2 or 3 times a week, at least a property search per day, it doesn't feel like you're just doing business. So I guess, yeah, one thing to say would, you kind of want to be posting other stuff for that to work. You kind of want to have people following you and looking at your stuff on your profile. So, I post every now and then. I'll post a webinar we do. There's some personal stuff. So I guess the answer is just a mix. There's my daughter trying to spackle a wall. Yeah, and then if you mix in the real estate stuff, it doesn't feel like you're only using your profile for business. But if you have a few hundred, maybe a few thousand people on your personal profile, every time you post something, maybe even if it's only 50 of them who see that you go, oh, Ryan posted a property search today, subconsciously like, oh, he's in real estate. So what happens is you generate conversations while you're out and about and while you're interacting with people about real estate naturally. So I don't think you'd end up, Christine is saying nobody wants to end up in Facebook jail. I don't think you end up in Facebook jail doing this on your personal profile. Definitely, I guess, I don't know how they feel about, like, if you get really political and you got a lot of people hating you and blocking you, but I think on your personal profile, the worst that's going to happen is people are going to unfriend you, or they're going to ignore the post and then not interact with the post, and then Facebook's edge rank system won't show your stuff. The jail part, I think that comes down to when you're going into groups, you know, and you're just, like, I just jump in this St. Pete garage sale group and I'm like, hey, I got this property for sale. You know, it has nothing to do with a garage sale. But I know people do that with some success. So I'm not going to say it doesn't work still. It's just not I've ever really done consistently myself. And I hear one sign is that I hear less and less people talking about it. You know, the actual approach. Let's see here. We did a webinar. I would for that on that topic, guys. We did do a webinar probably about 2 years now, but it was a really good webinar, and it's in the social posting course. I'm pretty sure I put it in there, so I'm going to go find that. But we did a webinar with Blake and Ashley. I forget their last names. Social posting, but I would definitely, if you're curious about posting social as like a way to really build your business, like using free traffic. In the social posting protocol, it generates leads and referrals. There's a recorded social posting webinar with Blake and Ashley Cantrell. And in that webinar, Blake and Ashley showed all the stuff they were doing. They have a nice amount of listing inventory, at least they did at the time. And they had a really consistent game plan for posting on Facebook, and we're doing a lot of business from that. So, and I think that the approach did involve some group stuff, and you know, it also involved their personal profiles and their business pages. So maybe I recommend you guys go into that. Symbol Social Media Posting Protocol generates leads and referrals. That's an additional resource, and that's also the course where I kind of just talk about that post of the day idea that I started out with today. And I just think that that's I know a lot of the other trainers here kind of recommend a similar thing. It's definitely one of those things you want to put in your daily routine because it's free, get you engaged in using the system, and it will generate business over time. Cool. Well, we're coming up on a half hour. If there's anything, yep, thanks, Christina. If there's anything you guys want discussed tomorrow, like I said, maybe I'll get brave and I'll mess around with Twitter ads again tomorrow, because that is one that I've been thinking about. You know, we talk so much about Facebook, but there are other pools of traffic out there where we can go. So maybe we'll try to dig into one of those other pools tomorrow. And until then, we'll have the replay up at insiderealestate.com/webinars. You can see that, and then we'll see you in the Facebook group at insiderealestate.com/Facebook group there. And I'll see you tomorrow at noon East. Thanks a lot, guys.